All right, Lucas. Well, tell us a little bit about Ferguson coming up this year. What's gotten better over the offseason. What are the chances this team makes a run at the postseason this year?
Well, I think the chances is, I think a lot of the things that we've worked on, like we've improved on a lot of things from last year. Made a lot of improvements, and I think the chances of us going to the postseason now are much higher. I think this is the hardest that this team has ever worked. And it all starts with a strong leadership, because we said as leaders we set strong examples for the other ones to follow, and that's kind of been like a contagious thing that's fed off into others. So that's why we work so hard.
This district, man, it's always like the hardest one to peg, because it seems like from one team to the next, there's not that much of a difference. So I mean, what was missing last year that this team wasn't able to get into that top two? What do you think was the biggest thing missing?
Just consistency, because we had a lot of bright spots throughout the season, but it wasn't consistent enough to be able to compete at a high level. And I think throughout the winter and the spring and all the off-season stuff, we've been able to kind of put it all together. And now this year, I believe we're going to be a much better team than last year.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, about this team. Go kind of take us through it. Like who are some of the standouts, coming in for this season?
Some of the standout players, well, the ones we have here, we have a lot of second and third year starters coming here. I myself, I'm going to be a third year starter on the offensive line. We're playing guard, and we all just hope it's going to be a great season.
If you had to point at one unit on the team, like what's the strength of the team, you would say, like out of all the...
I would say offensive line, because we're probably the most consistent group overall.
They're kind of the foundation of the team, like that.
Yeah.
Any success you're going to have has to come from up front.
I mean that's kind of what we emphasize on. If we're gonna be a successful team, the first place that we have to win the battle is up front. So that's what we kind of put emphasis on every day.
Any weakness you see right now that maybe you have to work on in order to bring it all together, beyond what happened last year?
I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, we just try to emphasize on consistency, being the same great player every day, and that's what we kind of build upon, work on.
What's it like on this team, to year after year? It seems like Coach Chu's been a good influence for you guys, and he's been there since the program started. So, right. I mean, talk about a little bit about playing for him and his style and that type of thing.
Well, playing for him is not an easy thing. He holds you to a very high standard all the time. But that's only because he has our best interests. If he didn't hold us to such a high standard, then it's pretty much like saying he doesn't care. So, it's a great thing to play for Coach Chu, always.
If you want to put an exact number on it, but kind of any prediction for this season, like what you expect, what are your goals, that you'll be happy with by the end of the season?
I mean, our goal obviously is to win every game, but I mean, we just want to play as hard as we can every single play and every game, and just to hope for the best outcome. That's pretty much it.